morning to all of you. First of all, I'd like to thanks to Half and the value to everyone. I think if you will do anything without the value generation, so money is not possible. And everyone basic necessities all is there for financial part. So value creation when we looks about, it's immediately concept came in my mind, and that is the reason like I thought let's become part of the journey in the coming to Heartbreak. And without the value, I think universe is nowhere actually. Everyone, whether we are doing value in our job or in personal life or professional, whatever. Not taking much time, the Heartbreak, when we say about if we'll combine all Heartbreak and become a full, then we are able to create a all. Yeah. And then if we look further about the story, a person basically grow in a small village area in poor financial condition and become a leaders in technology mastermind into field of security system, specifically for gem jewelry, retail and logistic industry basically. His father is farmer, has very less land. So to survive for his family, was cultivating land of others landowners. And his brother, elder brothers, was not able to study further because of his financial condition. That is after 10th. So his brother supported to his younger brother for his further education from 11th onwards till the graduation and further actually. And this is the person what I am telling, this is myself, Dakhara, professional into security and automation industry. And you can also say like, or I say India's first security solution provider into gems and jewelry industry. About my life journey, if I say, I done my study into village area in a government school up to 10th standard. I done my schooling into my village, and from 8th to 10th standard, I studied in my nearby village area where I was driving a bicycle and was going to attend my school. And then many times having a rough road and muddy area in a rainy season specifically, I was lifting the completely bicycle because I was not able to drive the bicycle because of the mud area. And then I was going to school basically. So I completed my 10th standard into village area, and along with my education from childhood, I was inclined towards some ritual activities and reading some books as well actually. So that also motivated me. And from 3rd standard, I was inclined in ritual activity. So started a Hanuman Chalis at Hanuman temple in my village area. But slowly my entire village come to know about this. So they also joined with me, and then later we become a big group, more than 100 plus, and then we started to take a new initiative like cleaning the complete village area, do the plantation, remove some superstitious activity, and manage a similar to program with support of all my village area basically. If I look in terms of other aspect of my life, then God saved me twice from the mouth of death. One time I was gone inside the tank water and was in coma almost for more than 10 days, and finally my life is saved. And second time, basically an old ox cart with iron wheel and with fully filled cottonry with at much higher level passed from my lower back end side to the lower brain, you can say, or head, and then again God saved me during that time as well. So two times God saved me, and that really motivated me to do some better karma in my life. And it also motivated me many times. Basically, when I was doing an education, I was during a struggling time, may not be able to get a good results, and many times frustrated, and sometimes I also thought like do the suicidal suffering basically. Let's be share open, it's a raw story. So, but this incident always reminded me, God saved me to do some better karma. If not want to live yourself, then live for others actually. And that motivated me continuously till now as well actually. Further, after my 10th graduation basically, my schooling, I came at Surat. My brother was working into diamond industry at Surat, and they supported. I came at Surat and completed my graduation level till in Surat itself. In graduation, I've done into BBA, but in English medium. Other side, in my village area, ABCD was started from 8th standard, so it was too difficult for me to study into English medium basically. So a person who done the education specifically for English in 8th standard and learn or grow in English medium was too difficult. Many times I was even mug up the question answer session because there was no much time to understand the basic concept or basic vocabulary actually. So many times I was bug up the question and answer both in examination. I was writing both the question answer as whatever given in 2 books. So when our professor also told many times, is to is or was to was basically. And that is not the end basically in terms of my education. And then I started to prepare my MBA entrance examination. I clear basically written exam, essay writing and a group discussion in one of the top B school named the FMS, Business Management School, but fail into the interview. Group discussion I was able to crack because in the same day morning I was able to, I was learning, means I was reading the topics and same topic came into group discussion. So fortunately I passed, but in group discussion because of the language barrier I was not able to crack the interview. And then later I decided to let's opt any average B school and done my MBA from IIT Greater Noida basically. Journey is too long away. When if I looks about the professional career now, when I entered into the professional career, in last semester, our MBA institute was allowed to do 2 months at least corporate exposure to the job. So I joined a DSA of American Express basically for selling the credit card at 5,500 rupees was there. I joined it. It was for 2 months only for a corporate exposure. Other side, I also selected in my campus interview, but that was into sanitary and tiles division, and I was not interested on it. And moreover, the salary was what offered. They was very very less because even every vacation time also, I was spending my time into the diamond industry to learn and earn something basically. And I find the amount what I was able to learn into diamond industry during vacation is much higher than what currently I'm able to get the jewelry get in salary basically. That is after too much effort and too much higher education. So I was thinking, what is the value of the education basically? When education is not able to support us for our basic necessities or for basic finance part. So I was again really that time also shocked in this part. I thought MBA means it is able to get good salaries and all. We able to start our journey at good way actually. Then I basically was not interested so in the sanitary division. So I gave an interview outside at the different corporates and finally selected at one of the renowned cellular companies. And they asked me to join immediately. So I joined. Once after joining basically, they haven't given me offer letter. And after a few days, I come to know they have hired, though I'm working at the corporate office, but they have hired me on account of some DSA or a dealer, you can say, but not onto their company payroll, though I was working into direct their corporate office. And later I thought, anyway, it's part of life. If I do some good effort, show the performance, company will take me in direct payroll basically. So I started to do a good effort. And finally, in 3rd month, basically, I was able to crack one of the good deal. That was in 2005, basically. I was able to earn incentives for 1.5 lakh amount, basically. I thought I was very happy because I thought I can give this amount to my brothers who only supported me for my education. They will be also happy. It will also give my inner satisfaction, basically. But it was not it's a life, but it's remain a dream. And then before I punched the purchase order into my system, my senior manager called in me and informed, since your last 2 months performance is not up to mark what we are looking, so please do not come from the tomorrow. Other side, I do not have any offer letter or any letter. Instead of reminding me many times and follow up, they haven't given me. And then they say, please do not come from the tomorrow. So I not lost only the salary in the critical time, in my financial constraint time, but it was so tough during that time, and not lost that incentive, but also lost the job actually. So become the jobless. And after the MBA, without documentation or without offer letter, when I gone for other interview, no one was ready to believe me basically. So I was working, they were asking the documentation. What is your offer letter of the previous organization? I was not able to show because there was no documentation, and they believe that I am telling a lie and not a real people. So you may not have a caliber. So straight away they were rejecting me. And later stage I try a lot basically. After that, when I again try basically, So almost 2 to 3 months I become a jobless, and then find these one basically multiple agencies, or you can say recruitment agency, approach to too many recruitment agencies. You can say in Delhi, I was there into Delhi, so almost 30 plus recruitment agency and more too many online portal basically, and through them I started to approach, and then finally I selected at organization which is into security field. And during basically this journey finding the job, I in Delhi I have seen too many events like a snakes in chain, theft, all these things. And when I seen, I was observing that part basically. And when my second time my mobile stolen from my pocket into Blue Line bus, that time it was a running basically, I gone to police station for a log an FIR basically. That time it was mandatory for deactivation of the SIM, and so when I gone there, so police informed, do you have any proof basically? So I said, I know this gang because I'm observing since long time, and I can identify that person because they are not from today, they are since long time. And during this my journey finding out the job, I observe a lot actually. They said, you just give your normal request for deactivation of the SIM card. No need to give. You do not have a proof. Again, if you will catch them, they will come for 2 days and then they will go away. So it is a wastage of time for you and wastage of time for us. So do not go in this formality. Just give a request and go away. And that really clicked my mind actually. And I thought police need a proof where we are ready to support them for their job basically. And then I was thinking how we can find this basically a proof. Then I started to search into Google, and then come to know there is a security basically. So was the reason I started to search job into security industry, and then I joined one small company, Orient Infotel. They were into EPBX and security system basically, CCTV access, alarm and all. But this was not the start of my journey basically. I worked hard, done too much cold calling in Delhi, NCR, Manesar, Goregaon, and every nearby all the area. Was done too much hard work and done the effort, was doing good. But one day my director informed me, you are an MBA, your performance is not up to our expectation, so please do not come from the tomorrow. My salary was due for almost 1.5 months actually. And then I started to follow up for my salary. They were postponing the date. And meanwhile, I come to know the company is sold by the government and now it's permanently closed. So not again able to cover the salary, and that was again my critical time or tough time or struggle or obstacles what I was facing during that time. And meanwhile, I also find now I thought security cannot be remained. First, let's survive first for our basic necessity or finance part. So I joined immediately on Airtel DSA, how you can say outsource of Airtel for selling the postpaid mobile connection. I was doing well basically, and my corporate means I was operating from the Airtel corporate office and they were also satisfied. But one day, one of my friend who stayed together at Noida actually, he asked me and in fact forced me to come along with him for an interview, to give an interview at security. He said, you are interested into security field, so there is an opening into security field, so please come along with me. And it was, I gone along with them for Alba basically, Alba control system. That time was leaders into the industry basically, the Alba control system. Then I selected over there and they asked me to join immediately. I informed I will require a few days to complete formalities of my previous organization. I left, then I left my previous company and gone for joining. At the day of the joining, my director that informed me, sorry, we are not able to hire you because of your communication skill is not up to mark basically. So then I thought I already resigned my previous company where I will go again become a jobless basically. So again gone back into my home where I was staying, and then after 2 days I wrote a mail to the director and requested him to give me at least a chance, so he will come to know about my performance and all. He replied me, contact me after 3 months basically. I thought what to do. Other side I was paying the EMI for my bike, and was that time was not able to afford even a good quality of food also. I was taking a food at cheaper dhaba. So every day when I was going there, I was become hungry, and then later stage uh, hungry, but not able to take more food basically at a good quality. But I accepted to survive on this part, and then uh, not the end basically. Again, I after 3 months I joined the premier security sale, and in 1 week I again 3 months was completed, so I again approached to the government. And the director called me and they hired me actually. They given me offer on that distribution account basically. So once they given a right offer, I come to know the previous position actually they denied me because they wanted to give it to their relatives actually. I thought it's okay, it's their family business. I joined, I came gone to Delhi, no. And after 2 months, he sent me Mumbai and to start the open their office, and after the set up the complete business, and I was doing well, and was my travel and convention was inclusive. So to do huge effort or to travel in the Mumbai, I thought cost is too high. So once the business is set up, I demanded to increase the salary, but it gone to their ego, and then they asked me to leave the residence what they gave actually, and job as well. So again become a jobless, and then later I joined the Dakhara. Went to Dakhara for almost work for 5 months, and meanwhile I thought basically let's have still I have time to do something. So uh, let's prepare an IAS exam, and then left the job again into Dakhara, and then came into Delhi. Vajiram and Ravi I done the study, and I have postponed my marriage date also for 1 year, and then but in 1 year I was not succeed. Never try or prepare earlier basically. So later I came back again, and the director of the government come to know I came back. So he said, do not go anywhere there, so please join us. So I joined with them, and once I joined with them, I was again doing well. So then I asked them, sorry, asked them to also open the office at Ahmedabad, so I can take care and can give me financial growth. But they denied. So I left that and joined the Tyco. And in Tyco I was again majorly was focusing into the security field, majorly to again to gem jewelry, and create a different new business segment over there, like a mocktail, fire, and taken the new initiative basically. Apart from my responsibility, my core responsibility was into retail security system, and where I learned a lot. After 5:30s, I was learning that. I was settled where all the problem was resolved financially and all these things. The other side, my brother was doing a good business, so there was no problem at that time also actually. So then to grow further, actually, I joined the Tyco. I left the Tyco and joined the Hikvision, and was started to focus more. Earlier, Hikvision also approached me, the director, but I was not ready because I thought now might become passion area. So develop a new solution and develop it and provide it to the market based on the pain area of the industry basically. So I started to do development of the new product range solution, and focus not only into the sales or business development, but idea generation, product development, all the aspects, and then basically provide into the market. And then I'm also able to contribute actually to set up their non-CCTV business for the India and robotic business for the India for Hikvision actually. So more than 30 plus milestone I'm able to create here in Hikvision basically, and they are not getting a benefit because of my contribution in India, but globally my solution like recently like a parcel tracking solution, earlier like a gems and jewelry industry special solution based on the pain area with support of my R&D I was developing, and then it's gone to mass basically, and this is what basically my story. And in that also nowadays I'm become freedom, have a freedom, like basically after all of my effort and struggle, I'm getting multiple offers, including like they are ready to invest me on any business in which I want to enter, like a 50 CR, even few businessmen come together and they ask that whatever the business you want to do, we are able to do, we can do investment on you up to 200 CR as well actually. So this is what kind of the journeys I have actually. Thanks a lot for listening to me. Thank you.